Hey yo, it's Davo. What's going on, everybody? Today we're back for some more 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. We're here to talk to you about something, I don't know, that can go kind of unnoticed, but food. Food is very important in this game because it's a lot of different modes, right? You got you got the super boss battles, you got story mode, you got training cage and whatnot. And I'm here to talk about the food I find myself most often either making or grinding. And what I find myself making the most and grinding the most materials for is this food right here. This is CP food. CP, CP food is very important for if you go into training caves, most of the time it's very difficult to reach. When you do the level 3 bosses, they have like 90k CP, right? And you can make a team, and it's probably like 83 or 82k CP. Now you're wondering like, oh, I can't beat level 3 bosses. This is how you actually beat them. You eat CP food, and when you have like 82k CP, and you eat CP food, it goes up by what 10%. And I find myself being well over 90k CP, so that way when I go into the fight, I get to actually go first. My turn is first. So if you have over 90k CP, right, it doesn't even have to be by that much. It could be like 90k and 500 or 90k and 1. As long as you are in the blue, you're always, you have a better chance of winning. I wouldn't say you would always win, because sometimes I lose a lot, but the extra CP helps so much it doesn't even make sense. It's probably like my favorite food, most def to consume before I go into battles and whatnot. Another food that I always find myself making is this. I don't know what that is. I don't know if this is a coconut. Is this like half a coconut or whatever? This, some tofu, and apples. This is oat food. Oat food raises your oat gauge by 1 as soon as you go into the fight. Now, this is mostly prevalent in like PvP. I want to say ungeared PvP, because it's basically a race to get your ultimate. If you have Coin Shop Merlin on your team, right? He's usually always in the back. I mean, I usually don't see people run Coin Shop Merlin in the starting rotation. She's usually in a back burner slot. And if you run her on the team and you eat oat food, you should start the fight with 2 oat gauges. So if you just if you start the fight, you got 2 oat gauges, right? And then you get lucky and a card combines, you're automatically at 3 oat gauge, right? So then all you gotta do is use that card and another card, and you're pretty much already set to do an ultimate. Now, oat food, it can be a little difficult. It's not difficult, but when you use it, I know it can be difficult because of, everybody runs Kingbrum and PvP. That's Hellbrum and King on the same team with Gother. So try to get your ultimate, and you fighting a full fairy team with Gother. It could be really annoying. I promise you. You're not the only one out there who's thinking, oh man, I can't win against Hellbrum and King and Gother, and then they have Merlin on the back burner or another fairy. I don't know. So it can be rather annoying because King always stuns and Hellbrum always takes your oat gauge. My recommendation for that is just to push through it, because you won't fight a fairy team 100% of the time. It's a good amount. I would say every day I play PvP, I would say 45% of the time I'm fighting a fairy team. The other time it's just somebody showing off their blue Meliodas and their 80 green Escanor. So that's my advice to you. If you just hate playing PvP because of King and Hellbrum, I would say it gets better. I promise you it gets better, because you often when you get higher in the rankings, you won't see fairy teams as much. I mean, I guess they don't last. I guess they don't compete in higher rankings. I don't know. From what I've seen, I played PvP 6 times today, and I fought 1 fairy team, and yeah, that was it. So that's the second food I find myself making the most. The other food is usually just I think it would be this. No, it's not that. This, and this. This is crit. This is crit damage food. Now, I used to make this a lot, but now I don't. I find myself not using it because I usually take this food when I go into the Great Demon stage with King, because you know what Green King does, right? The more alt gauge he gets, the higher chance he gets to. Excuse me, the higher chance he gets to crit. I'm sorry, I just spoke. I'm sorry. The higher his alt gauge is, the higher chance he has to crit, right? 50% chance to crit is the max, so I think it doubles when it's max. I don't know what it is, but either way, the higher his alt gauge, the more likely he has the chance he has to crit. So you put a buff on him, right? You run with somebody else who has like a green helper, and you have a green Gother, right? And then you both use your what's it called, buffs, right? And then while you have this food on, and you have max ult gauge with Green King, dog, you're gonna hit for nearly like 500, not 500. I'm exaggerating. You're gonna hit for like 300k, which is well enough damage to get the job done, because you can easily like 2-turn in like seconds. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, if you come in with like a rank up with Gother, like 2-star rank up with Gother, and your friend has a 1-star, dog, it's over. It's GG, you won. I know I went into Great Demon a couple of times not having the best of luck when in terms of Gother rank up cards, but still, if you can pull it off, man, it's beautiful. It's probably the most beautiful thing in this game. Like, this game has beautiful animations, beautiful super attacks, everything, but nothing is more beautiful than having a rank up turn 1 with Gother, dog. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. That's the most beautiful thing ever in this game. In the existence of every single mobile gacha game ever. That's the most beautiful thing ever. So I think another food I think that's important would be, I want to say, no, that's not it. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I really use is alt food, CP food, and crit food. I know some other important food is like attack food, HP. What else? I don't really use. I use the money food sometimes when I'm doing like the farming the chest stages. Like let's go to it. When you farm SP dungeons and you go in here, I usually just like eat some. No, not that. I usually just eat this. I mean, you can get it every day for missions. That's like increases the money you get from grinding the stage by 100%. That's really important when they bring the gold bonus to the dungeon, not to the dungeons, to the SP dungeons. Because when they bring the boost, like the game brings a boost to the SP dungeon specifically, and then you run this food, dude, a couple of runs, easily get like 250k gold. It's crazy. I mean, if you grind a lot in the game already, you can kind of like see how much gold you get from just auto grinding and doing like 99 times grind. It's crazy. It's very significant. Another important one, and finally, the final one is probably just this one, the XP food. The XP food is great for when you're just trying to get up a character in a 4th slot. Let's say you got 3 strong people and then you're trying to get up a 4th one, but you don't really have enough training potions. You can just slap them on in the back burner, eat this XP food, and then boom, in a couple of runs, not a couple of runs, I would say rather a lot of runs, because once they start to get to like level 50, it's harder for them to actually level up. So I think those are probably the most important, and the food I actually find myself using the most. I'm sorry if you hear that truck in the background. I got my window open. I'm sorry. So yeah, those are the most important ones to me. Let me know what food you actually run on me. I know there's a lot of food in the game, but the ones I think are the most important are CP. Defense food is important too. I mean, honorable mention. Yeah, honorable mention. I use that a lot too. Gold food, XP food, CP food, alt food, and defense food are the foods I think are probably take top priority in the game right now. So anyway, that's it for today's video, you guys. Let me know if you enjoyed it by dropping a like, and if you're new, definitely subscribe to your boy. Why can't I ever say definitely on one go? I don't know why. So either way, that's it for today's video, you guys, and let me know what food you run or you find yourself running the most often. So I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next one. All right, peace.